Vishnu Gurudevo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Akhanda Mandala Karam Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Dhyanamulam Gurur Murti Puja Mulam Gurur Padam Mantra Mulam Gurur Vakyam Moksha Mulam Gurur Kripa Om Shanti 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Punaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vedvishavahe Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Jai Gurudev. Let's chant first, Adhyay 7. We'll start Shlok 20 till the end. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha Atha Saptamodhyayah Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kameste Rita Jnana Prapadyante Nyadevata Tam Tam Niyamamastaya Prakritya Niyata Swaya Yo Yo Yam Yam Tanum Bhakta Shraddhayarchitumicchati Tasya Tasya Chalam Shraddham Tameva Vidadhamyaham Sataya Shraddhaya Yukta Tasya Radhanamihate Labhate Cha Tata Kaman Mayyeva Vihitan Hitan Antavattu Phalam Tesham Tadbhavatyalpamedhasam Devan Deva Yajo Yanti Madbhakta Yanti Mamapi Avyaktam Vyaktimapannam Manyante Mama Buddhayaha Param Bhavamajananto Mamavyayamanutamam Naham Prakasha Sarvasya Yogamaya Samavritaha Mudhoyam Nabhijanati Loko Mama Jamavyayam Vedaham Samatitani Vartamanani Charjuna Bhaveshyani Cha Bhutani Mam Tu Veda Na Kaschana Ichha Dvesha Samuddhena द्वन्द्वमोहेन भारत सर्वभूतानि सम्मोहं सर्गे यान्ति परन्तप येषां त्वन्तगतं पापं जनानां पुण्यकर्मणां ते द्वन्द्वमोहनिर्मुक्ता भजन्ते मां दृढव्रताः जरामरणमोक्षाय मामाश्रित्य यतन्ति ये ते ब्रह्म तद्विदुः कृत्स्नम् अध्यात्मं कर्म चाखिलम् साधिभूताधिदैवं मां साधियज्ञं च ये विदुः प्रयाणकालेऽपि च मां ते विदुर्युक्तचेतसः ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासूपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्ण अर्जुन संवादे ज्ञानविज्ञानयोगो नाम सप्तमोऽध्यायः। हरि ओम तत्सत्। श्री कृष्ण अर्पणमस्तु। We are almost at the end of the 7th Adhyay, Gyan Vigyan Yog. Bhagwan has already given us all the Gyan as well as the Vigyan. Last time we finished up to 25th Shlok. What do you remember from the last time's class?
Do we want the breadcrumbs or the pav?
Do we want the crumbs or do we want the soft bread within the crust? Right. Today you will know. What else?
That we have a choice only now.
This is the time we have a choice. Choice of what?
What gati we get.
What gati we will get after death. Right now, what will it depend on?
The last
All
thought
the-
of the
Last thought before death. And what will the last thought before death depend on?
what we are constant.
All the thoughts you have had before that throughout your life. What else? Anything else?
Bhagavan says that some recognize me as this, see me as this human, and very few see my divine form.
Very few people realize that I am the divine avatar because they are just looking at my human form. From that, what can we gather?
That we need to be Bhagwan's Sakha and
If you want to see Bhagwan's form, Bhagwan will reveal himself to his devotees. And who will be his devotee? The Sakha and Bhakt. What does that mean? Sakha meaning what we have to do?
Confide in him.
Confide in Bhagwan. What else?
be in
Surrender.
constant
Be in constant companionship with Bhagwan. And
surrender to him and constantly think about
constantly think of him, surrender
him.
to
Devote all
him,
the actions.
all our actions devoted to him. Then Bhagwan will obviously consider you as his supreme bhakt, and then what will happen? Aparokshanubhuti. Chalo, let's cross our fingers and toes. Let's go on to Shlok number 26. Let's read it once again. Vedaham samatitani vartamanani charjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu veda na kaschana. Arjun, I know all beings, past as well as present, nay, even those that are yet to come, but none devoid of faith and devotion knows me. Just let's go with the meanings first. Most of the words you will be very familiar with by now. Aham is I. Veda. know, bhutani, all beings, samatitani, of the past, cha, and vartamanani, of the present. Vartaman, you know the word? And bhavishyani, of the future. What is the meaning of the word tu? But. Na kaschan, no one. And here this no one means who doesn't have faith and devotion. Ved knows mam, me. Bhagavan says, I know all beings. So which I is he talking? In which?
Paramatma. Supreme.
Ishwar.
Absolute reality.
Ishwar. Huh? He's talking of himself as Ishwar. Why? Why would you say that?
So manifest form he's talking about.
Because he is
Yeah.
omniscient. That power of omniscience belongs to Ishwar. I know everything. Everything means what is sentient, what is insentient, what is moving, what is not moving. Bhutani, everything, everyone. So, Bhagwan knows everyone, but through the power of Yog Maya, nobody knows Bhagwan. Everyone, the whole world is deluded. We may know many things in the whole world. We may be scholars, PhD, double PhD, everything. But whatever you can know, suppose you know you are the most intellectual person in the whole world, all the things you will know will be one drop of what Ishwar can know. Therefore, here it means that do not have abhiman of your intelligence or of your intellect. So, the intellect is also what? Intellect is what? Huh?
Matter.
Matter. Intellect is also matter only. Intellect is also prakriti only. Intellect is also illusion only. Dependent reality. We know only present. Whatever we can know is only of present. Vartamanani. But Bhagavan says, Samatitani, Vartamanani, Bhavishyani. I know everything from past, present, and even what has not yet manifested, future. Why is that possible?
Because in case of Bhagwan there is no time.
Correct. Bhagavan is beyond time and beyond space. And we are restricted to time and space. So there is this word tu, but. So it's not doomsday. We are not like that nobody ever will be able to know Bhagwan. There are the exceptions. Bhagwan clearly is telling us who those exceptions are. Who are they? Those who have faith and devotion towards me. Now we are talking about knowing Bhagwan. So with what do we know anything?
Senses.
5 faculties of perception. So to know anything, these 5 organs of senses or the 5 faculties of perception have to go out into the world and capture the image and bring it back. Everything works outwards. But if I want to know the self, we are not talking about knowing Bhagwan, he is up there in the cloud and then we have to fly up and then we have to know Bhagwan. Bhagwan is where we are talking about within us. So these senses are all going outward. It is actually going away from Bhagwan. To know Bhagwan, we have to take some other means because these senses don't go in. The path of senses is only out. There is no inward looking of the eyes. The nose cannot smell within. This tongue cannot taste what is in my alimentary canal. My ears cannot hear what is going on in my brain. So all my organs of perception only function outwards. So when we are taking our organs of perception outwards, we are going away from Bhagwan. If we want to know Bhagwan, we have to take them inwards and rest them because they are of no use inside. Inside they are of no use, they have no function. They have to rest, they have to be subdued, they have to be brought to rest. And the more we are going outward into the world, the further we are going from the self. So what does it actually mean that those who have faith and devotion will know me? How does it work? What is this faith and devotion and why will it work to know Bhagwan?
Complete surrender.
Surrender, correct?
The faith that happiness is inside me and not outside in samsara.
So that's the faith, that Shraddha is there, that what the Shastras are saying is correct, and I have faith in what the teachings are, so I follow the advice. And when I follow the advice, what will happen? I will be taking my senses inward, I will take my mind along with the senses inward, they will rest. So what does it mean to take inwards?
Not go outwards.
Not go outwards, I surrender. What does it mean to rest the senses? It means to surrender the senses, surrender the mind, surrender the ego, surrender the intellect. Surrender. To what? To the self, to the whatever you want to call that power. When you have surrendered something to anyone, who does that thing belong to?
The person you surrender.
Now they are no longer yours. While they were yours, they were limited. Yes or no? While they were yours, they were limited. But now you have surrendered to Bhagwan. So Bhagwan is going to reveal himself through those very equipments. And until and unless your mind and ego and everything is perfectly pure, can you surrender? No. Means you can surrender, but if you go on dirtying it again and again, this will not work. So it has to be surrendered, and surrender means following the Updesh. So you're following the Updesh, you're purifying your equipment, you're surrendering it. Now it's in the hands of Bhagwan. Bhagwan will reveal the self through that clear intellect. And that is the meaning of Kripa.
The equipment means Again,
Intellect, through the intellect.
The intellect only.
Yeah, because something,
Yeah, somewhere it has
some equipment is required. So what is stopping anyone from, let us list now, what are the things that are stopping us from knowing Bhagwan? Can say one by one, anything. What do you think from all this?
Vasana.
Asana,
Identifying as BMI.
identifying as BMI. No, from what we have said right now,
Ego.
the ego, which is not surrendered. What else is not surrendered? Mind is not surrendered.
Our actions.
Actions are not surrendered. So there is still a lot of I. When you keep saying I do, Bhagwan says continue doing. Continue, you are doing, continue doing. But when you start saying I can't do anymore, I surrender to you, then Bhagwan takes over. So till our resources are limited, till our faith is lacking, till our samarpan is incomplete, conditional, we cannot know Bhagwan. In Brihad Aranyak Upanishad, there's one nice quote. It says, "No one can know me because I am the knower. And no one can see me because I am the seer." Long ago, I don't even know which century Plato used to live, but Plato at that time had written one very famous book called Republic, and in that he had given one allegory of the cave. I will tell you about it. So Plato wrote that there is one cave, it's a story, allegory. In the mountain there is one cave. And in that cave some people have been put from birth. They have never seen outside the cave. Hands, legs are all tied up, and they are made to sit just facing the wall of the cave. Now, from where they are seeing on the wall, from time to time, they see shadows. Maybe the sun is shining or some fire is outside, and people walking outside the cave, that shadow is there on the wall. And since they don't know better than anything, this is all that they know, they think these shadows that I see is the reality. This is what is there. That's nothing else can be there. This is the only truth. Now, one fine day, one of those prisoners, let's call them, manages to escape from the cave. Firstly, he goes out of the cave. He is literally blinded by the sun. And when he can actually understand and adjust his eyesight, he sees, oh, there are people walking. And what I was seeing on the wall as a two-dimensional figure is not the only truth. There are three-dimensional people walking with length, breadth, height, everything. So he said, wow, this is something fantastic, something new. So he goes back inside the cave and tells everyone, look, you don't know this. You all are thinking this is all that there is to see. There is much more to see. There's a third dimension also, not just flat, two dimension, like in a book picture. Everyone says, what nonsense are you talking? What three dimensions and how it can be possible? It's not possible. And they are more confused. And they said, just let us be. We are very happy knowing what we know, and don't confuse us any further. So you do go, you see your three dimensions. We are very happy over here with our two dimensions. This cave is the world in which we live. And these shadows, They are our limited perception with our limited faculties of organs of sight, smell, etc. The one who escaped is the one who has come out and seen the reality. Maybe the Shastras, you can say, or some sant or some guru or some enlightened person. And the prisoners, all of humanity. All of humanity. So Plato used this allegory to show that people are living in ignorance, and what they are thinking is reality is a very limited concept of reality. And also he tried to show that even if somebody tells them, okay, bhai, there is something more, I'm happy where I am. Like, leave me in my ignorance. I'm quite happy here. I don't need to know anymore. This is why Bhagwan says, nobody knows me who is devoid of faith and devotion. They didn't have faith in what this escaped prisoner was saying. Now, Plato used this allegory to show there is more than two dimensions, there is also a third dimension. But Vedanta goes even further. Vedanta says, even this third dimensional reality which you are seeing as reality, you are seeing something incomplete. There is something more than what we are seeing right now as a three-dimensional reality. There is a fourth dimension also which is beyond length, breadth and height. But we can't see that fourth dimension with our organs of perception. We can't understand this fourth dimension with our mind, with our intellect. These equipments are useless in that way. And this truth, Bhagwan, fourth dimension, is aprameya, unknowable. Unknowable. And why is there this difference between the third and the fourth dimension, which Bhagwan has explained earlier? What is the reason why we are unable to see that fourth dimension?
The veil of
Yog Maya, exactly. Yog Maya, the Shakti of Avaran Shakti. Yog Maya has an Avaran Shakti. With the Avaran Shakti, she covers Brahma up. And then she is not satisfied with just covering. She has a Vikshep Shakti by which she projects another reality, false reality. So this delusion of seeing this false reality keeps us in ignorance and keeps us in that cave saying we are quite sukhi seeing these shadows on the wall. From time to time we'll be sukhi, then from time to time we'll be dukhi, but it's okay because after dukh sukh will come again. So we continue this endless cycle of sukh, dukh without knowing our real self. So the first reason why we are unable to know Bhagwan is because our sense organs are limited. Bhagwan is unknowable, aprameya, unknowable by our organs of perception, our mind, our intellect, because Yog Maya has covered. All the six means of knowledge, remember, pramans, no praman can work to know Bhagwan. All pramans, all six means of knowledge are only to know about sansar. So now, let's see, is there any other reason why we continue? See, we now, maybe there is a Yog Maya. Maybe the senses are not okay to see this. But yet, if we have faith and if we have devotion, Bhagavan says, you can see me. So what is preventing us? Why we are not having faith? And why our devotion is incomplete? So maybe the next shloka will maybe explain that. Let's read it. 27. Ichchadvesha samuthena dvandva mohena bharata sarva bhutani sammoham sarge yanti parantapa. O valiant Arjun, through delusion in the form of opposites. So, am I reading the?
The form of pairs of opponents.
Oh, okay. So I'll read from the book. O valiant Arjun, through delusion in the form of pairs of opposites, such as pleasure and pain, etc., born of desire and aversion, all living creatures in this world are falling a prey to delusion. Take the meanings first. Now you know, Sarva Bhutani means what? All people, all creatures, all living creatures. Yanti, become. Sammoham, bewildered. Sarge, at the time of their birth. Mohena, through delusion. Samutha, born of. Ichcha, dvesha, desire and aversion. And what else? Dvandva, pairs of opposites. And two names are given over here for Arjun. Bharat, that from the Bharat lineage. And Parantapa, scorcher of foes. You know that Bhagwan always uses different names for a particular reason. So why he is using Bharat?
Bhagwan knows the past.
Such a great lineage you have come from.
Yeah.
Why are you afraid? Yes, you have descended from great people. You have a great lineage, and your destiny is to go to some higher place. And Parantapa,
Burn out all this.
you have killed so many enemies. What is this one illusion you're afraid of killing? What is that? What does he have to kill here? Moha, his delusion. He has to kill his moha. Sarva Bhutani Sammoham, all living beings are falling prey to delusion. Everyone is confused, everyone is ignorant about their true identity. You remember in chapter 2, 62, 63, what are those? Ladder of downfall. So how does moha come? How does moha occur? What is the first step? Discontent. First is discontent. You are discontent, unhappy, unsatisfied with whatever is. Only if you are discontent, or only if you are unhappy with what is, then only you will look to do something about it. Right? So then your senses will go out into the world. So you will see all the lovely things and you will think all those lovely things are going to take away my sorrow, my incompleteness. I will feel complete only if this comes. I will feel complete only if I get this, only if I get that. So everything starts with discontent. And then you want to go out and so many things you want. You want a nice house also. You need a good food, and then you need servants, and then you need this and you need that, and a car and a this and a that, right? So many things we need. Then one thing you need more than others. If only I can get this one, this is my most important thing, right? So you go on thinking of that most important thing. When you keep thinking of one thing, what happens? Attachment. When you keep thinking of one thing, you get attached to it. And when you keep dwelling on that, keep getting that attachment, then what happens? Then that desire. So what's the difference between attachment and desire?
Attachment is in the mind. Desire is when you go out to take action.
You want to possess. Desire is when you want to possess. When you attach, you're attached to it in your mind. And then desire means now I must take action. Desire is when you want to start taking action. You want to possess it. You want to eat it, or you want to experience it, or you want to go somewhere, you want whatever. And can you go and get everything that you want? No. So when your desire is thwarted, then you get anger. Right? Now you know. And when there is anger, the next step is delusion. Because when you're angry, your mind and everything gets hijacked. There's one thing in the brain, it's called amygdala. It just gets hijacked. In the sense that if you have a line of thought, which normally in the brain, certain thoughts have to go through a certain line. When you are in this condition of anger, the amygdala literally pulls that thought out of line. So it literally hijacks the thought. And you cannot think straight. So then of course we know Patan comes soon after that. So why is all this happening? Bhagavan says all living beings are prey to this, all living beings. So when did this happen, and how did this happen, and why does it happen? Everything is explained in one word, Sarge. Sarge. Everything is there at the time of their birth. Sarge. Why is this happening to all living beings? So the answer Bhagavan is giving in one word called Sarge. It's in the shloka.
Yeah.
So you know, and all of you have seen small children. Even when they are so small, some things they will be happy to do. They will be happy to eat. And some things, so whatever you say, they will refuse to do. Yes or no? Small child, you are wondering, such a small child, how they are so like wanting this and definitely not wanting that. A little shyly comes. You can't make her do anything. If she wants, only she will do. And sometimes even in one family, there are two children. One is completely got different likes and dislikes. The other one has completely opposite likes and dislikes. So it's not even like the family's genes are giving all this. So what is the reason? This reason is that we are all born with strong impressions in our mind from past lives. sanskars. Now I read something really fascinating. It's a very nice part in the Bhagavad Puran. It says that when the child is in the womb still, it knows its previous existence. It has still got knowledge of pure consciousness. It knows its purpose, why it's going to be born. Means it knows the purpose of human birth is liberation. And the fetus in the womb prays to Bhagwan that why am I in this womb? The womb is not a comfortable place. Ek to that poor child cannot stretch his arms and legs. He has to be all cramped up. Then what does it have to survive on? Disgusting stuff. What is its environment? Mucus.
Yeah, and darkness.
Huh?
Darkness.
Rubbish it is. And it's dark. And 9 months it is confined to that prison. So it prays, why am I here, Bhagwan? Is it because of my past karmas? Have you brought me here again and again? Now, Bhagwan, when I come out into the world, I'll not make any mistakes. I'll not do anything that will create more karma. And I just want to be liberated, and I just don't want to be in a womb once again. So the verse goes like this. I'll read it out to you. Therefore, my Lord, although I am living in a terrible condition in the womb, I do not wish to depart from my mother's womb. How I'm living here is disgusting. Still, I don't want to leave my mother's womb to fall again into the blind well of materialistic life. He knows what is sansar. He has been there hundreds of times. Even though I'm living in squalor, I don't want to come out of this womb because I don't want to fall into the blind well of materialistic life. Why? He's telling Bhagwan, your external energy called Deva Maya at once captures the newly born child, and immediately false identification, which is the beginning of the cycle of continual birth and death, begins. So, this is all of us. This is all of us. While we are in the womb, we say, I'll never make the mistakes of my past lives. I know what I have done. I know this is the cause of me having to come into this dirty womb again and again and again. But once the child is outside the womb, Maya, the illusory energy is so strong that the child is completely overpowered. All his sankalps, all his commitments, all his thoughts, resolutions are overpowered, and immediately he sees himself as a body. So you can imagine the child has come out, mother is there loving, feeding, taking care of, all relatives are there. In this moh, in this maya, forgets his true self and entangled up, bodily identification, relationship, which is what we all are. This is the human condition. And this goes on endlessly. Every time we are dead, we come back, take life. Every time we pray, never again. And again and again, same story goes on endlessly. And every birth is actually an opportunity to come out of this cycle. Every birth is an opportunity to erase these impressions with which we are born. But instead of that, we strengthen them or we add more. So what are these impressions that we are getting born with and which Yog Maya is again coming and strengthening and allowing it to continue? Ichha Dvesha Samuthena. Rag and Dvesh. Desire and aversion. And because of that, all pairs of opposites are getting created. Now, every time you also see, it will work for, you will also recognize it. Every time we have some experience and we like that experience, so we store it in our memory as something pleasurable, right? Every time we have an experience that we don't like, there also we store it as something painful. Now, who wants to be painful, have any painful? We want only pleasurable things. So every time we experience what we like and we get that pleasure experience, we want to run after that Vishay and we get into the habit of that Vishay. And every time some experience is presented to us which we don't like, we run from that experience. We don't want it. Either way, we are running. Either we are running to or we are running from. And even when we are running to, we are thinking we are running to Sukh. But we are not running to Sukh. Because before we get that thing, we are in Dukh. Till we get the thing, we are in Dukh. For a little while, we'll experience Sukh while it is actually being experienced. And when it is over, again Dukh. So for a little momentary Sukh, we are ready to experience endless Dukh. So what's the problem? Why not keep running?
There is no end of our birth cycle.
Okay, it's okay. Somebody told me I want to keep coming back to the world. I have so many things I want to do.
But there's no guarantee, no? You'll come in this
Okay.
form to experience all this.
Plus, the world is all about Dukh and Sukh and there's no
This is-
ultimate peace.
I still want. I don't mind little bit of Dukh. I'll get at least some Sukh. I'll get some bungee jumping. I'll go to Mexico. I will go here. I will eat this exotic pizza here, there. I swear somebody has told me that.
But it's a chance to fall down also.
Huh. It is your bondage. Because you are going further and further away from moksha. That's it. That is the bottom line. It is a bondage. We think we have the freedom to do whatever we want, but it is not a freedom, it is a slavery. And we are slaves of our sanskars, of our vasanas.
Patan.
Bondage, patan, yeah, both. Patan is you are in a human body but living like a slave of likes and dislikes, so as good as animal. When you're not using your intellect, that's the only thing that differentiates you from an animal. So the entire spiritual journey is only to come out of moha. The beauty of Bhagavad Gita is that it isn't a doomsday story. You are doomed. You are like this. The minute you are born, Maya is going to envelop you, and for the rest of eternity and infinity, it's not like either you go to heaven or you go to hell for the rest of eternity. There is always a solution which has been offered, and the next shloka is the solution for coming out of moha. So let's go to 28.
Can you repeat that, please?
Which one?
Entire spiritual journey
Is to overcome moha. We'll do one more shloka, 28, and then I will leave 29 and 30 for next time. And then we will actually be finishing the entire adhyay. And in 2025, we'll start 26 with the next chapter. Let's do one more shloka. Chalo, 28. Yesham tvantagatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvandva moha nirmukta bhajante mam dridhavrataha. But those men of virtuous deeds whose sins have come to an end, being freed from delusion in the form of pairs of opposites, born of attraction and repulsion, worship me with a firm resolve in every way. Let's take the meanings. Tu, means but. Yesham, those. Jananam, people, persons, men. Punya karmanam, of virtuous deeds. Papam, sins. Antagatam, have come to an end. Anta. So you can make out ant. They, nirmukta, being freed from moha, delusion, and what is to be understood is being freed from delusion, which is the cause of that. Which is the cause of, in inverted brackets you can write, dvandva, pairs of opposites. Bhajante, worship mam, me. Dhrida vrata, with firm resolve. So Bhagwan again repeats little bit. Sarva bhutani sammoham sarge yanti. He is repeating again from the last shloka that all creatures, as soon as they come into the world, they are enveloped by the power of Maya, and they, even though they know before birth that they are Atma, that their journey is to go back to the source, they are still, immediately they think, I am the body. Now some of these souls, when they have come from previous lives, they have done some lot of sadhana, some lot of punya, so they come with an advantage. So they will obviously now, you remember, no sadhana is ever wasted. So now they will take birth with all those good sanskars and they will continue their journey. So now in this shloka, Bhagwan is saying, giving one secret, to whom he is going to reveal himself. Reveal himself means who is getting the kripa of Bhagwan. And the operative word here is punya karmana. Does this word sound familiar to you?
In our birthday wish.
Birthday wish, Janma Dinam. Yes. What do we say? Punya karmana, kirti marjaya. So when punya karmanam, so we are wishing at least in this life, do some punya. Do some punya karta, do some good deeds. Why? Jivanam tava bhavatu sarthakam. Your life will be fruitful. Do make sure you do some good deeds in this life. Maybe last life you didn't do enough. But at least in this life, punya karmanam, of course, they say kirti marjaya means you'll get fame. But we don't want fame. We want jivanam tava bhavatu sarthakam. We want that your life becomes sarthak, useful, purposeful. And then what will happen? Ishvara sada tvam cha rakshatu. Then Ishwar will take care of you. See how beautiful. Now we understand what we are singing. So Bhagwan bestows his kripa on those who have spent many lifetimes doing punya karmana. Now you want kripa, you want darshan, you want aparoksh anubhuti, you know exactly what you need to do. So what exactly should one do? What is this punya karmana? First, simple. Remember, hands, head, heart. So hands, action. All actions in karma yoga bhav. What does that mean? One,
Dedicate all it.
no karta bhav,
No
no bhokta bhav.
No attachment to the result.
No attachment, no bhokta bhav. Haan.
No, not do.
Cannot shirk doing anything just because you might get karma. Do 100% and offer every action to Bhagwan. What is that? Punya karmana. Offering every action to Bhagwan. Right? You offer it, then you get the phal from Bhagwan. Na? And why are we doing all these things? To get the phal? No. Then for chitta shuddhikaran, for purifying the antakaran. What if you do something for someone and they don't appreciate? Then
Prasad.
Prasad.
prasad buddhi. Accept everything with prasad buddhi. For all this to be done, what will be required? Shraddha. Faith. Faith and devotion. Faith is Shraddha. You will need faith. And devotion. Devotion means samarpan. Only then you will be able to accept in prasad buddhi. Because okay, I think I should get this. I'm not getting. It's okay, I'm getting. Bhagwan knows what I deserve to get. Not because this job I did very well, but because of all my past karmas, this is what I deserve to get right now. Surrender, samarpan. In Kali Yuga, the best action for purification is Naam Jap, Naam Smaran. See, when we did Patan, this ladder of downfall, we said when you keep thinking of the object, you develop attachment. Right? We said, if you keep thinking of Bhagwan, you'll get attached there, na?
Yeah.
So why we don't do?
Maya, is this also because of the power of Yog Maya?
No, it's all your sanskars, which now we cannot blame everything on poor Yog Maya, no? Yog Maya is doing her job, but you are not doing yours. Yog Maya's job, she's doing. But you are supposed to do your part. हाँ, योग माया है, मैं क्या करूँ? नहीं. I have to do what you have to do. अभी जो जब बता रहे हैं वो पुण्य कर्मणा. If you want to come out of योग माया, this is the punya karmana which you have to do. Method Bhagwan has given. So when your antakaran will become shuddh, you'll choose what? Priya or Shreya? Shreya. So if you choose Shreya, what kind of actions will you do? Good actions. Prescribed actions. You will do dharma. You will not do adharma. When you will not do adharma, papa antagatam, all pap will come to an end. Simple. It's logical. So logical. Sanatan Dharma and Vedant is not some abstract thing. It is, you can use your intelligence to see clearly. It makes sense. It's logical. When you will not do things inspired by your vasanas, see, vasanas are powerful energy. So you want that, whatever it may be, something. And by hook or by crook. Crook means wrong, evil. You will go and you will get it. That is sin. That is sin. So as soon as you have done Chitta Shuddhikaran, the power of the vasanas, the power of your sanskars will become numbed. It will become less. Automatically you will not want to do things which are not prescribed by the Shastras. So automatically, pap, antagatam, the vasanas itself is considered sin because it is taking you to do things which are taking you bahir into the world. And we said wherever you are going outward, that much further you are going from Bhagwan. So that is the biggest sin. Okay. So now how will I remind myself again and again? How will I remind myself again and again that I have to do Shreya, I don't have to do Priya, I have to do some purification, I have to do Karma Yog Bhav. How? Goal to without that nothing will have started also.
I think attach and detach is very
How will I remember?
Being aware.
How? How to remember?
Do continuous japa, naam smaran.
तो नींद आ जाती है उसमें तो. सत्संग, श्रवण, मनन, repeated. It needs hammering because we are trying to get out of lifetimes of habits, lifetimes of vasanas. It's like one bottomless pit over there. In Yoga Vasishta, Rishi Vasishta tells Ram, Bhagwan, the vasanas pull the mind at times through the auspicious path, so good vasanas, and at times through the ignoble path, which are not good vasanas. Employing immense will, purusharth, we must put the mind back onto the auspicious path. So what is required here? What kind of purusharth? Awareness. Awareness. Where am I going? Where am I getting pulled? So when you will become aware of that, then only the whole journey of coming out of Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya, all this is job we have to do. This is the job. This is the mal. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya. Our vasanas is that only. And because of this, we have divided, because vasanas are so strong, like, dislike, rag, dvesh. We have divided the world into things I like and things I dislike. Dvandva, pairs of opposites. This is the duality. So what is the opposite of that?
Wellness.
Choicelessness. Choicelessness. You first, choicelessness means you have to choose between Priya and Shreya. Then choicelessness in the prasad which I get. And when all this work has been done, then bhajante mam dridhavrata. Then the sadhak will be able to worship Bhagwan with firm resolve. Single pointedly, eka bhaktiya. Nishtha, steadfastness, firmness, commitment, resolve. Then what happens? Then those people, Bhagwan says, know me. Simple. Nothing much to be done, really. We have to work much harder to climb Mount Everest and all. Even you want to come from your home to center, so many problems we face along the way. What is this? Nothing. Simple. Enough, because we have to now see where we are and where we have to reach. Of course, that is if you want to know Bhagwan. If you don't want to know, then it's perfectly okay. You can be quite happy getting whatever little sukhs we are getting, the crumbs of the crust. Today you will taste the crumbs as well as the soft Bhagwan inside. I told you last time I was going to bring. Today I brought.
You're making jealous. Those people on Zoom are.
They don't know what we're talking about. Okay. Any questions?
We discuss Punya Karmanam. We said head, and heart.
Ha! Very good. Good point. So hand we said Karma Yoga. Head choosing Shreya over Priya. And heart, devotion, Shraddha. Worship me with firm resolve. That is heart. If you remember these three words, na? Triple H.
Yeah.
All sadhanas will actually fall into this.
Yeah.
This heart.
From time to time, put one message, alarm on your mobile. Triple H. What am I doing right now? How am I using my hands? How am I using my head? How am I using my heart? What else? Anything else? Any question? Asato ma satgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityurma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम. जय गुरुदेव.